Hey everybody, good evening and welcome to another edition of the Atakline for Monday, September 26th, 2011. What a weekend it was in the world of music and entertainment. Let's start with the number one movie. Teams of the Detroit Lions weren't the only Lion that pulled an upset over the weekend. The Lion King 3D stunned everybody by reclaiming the number one movie for the second week in a row over Brad Pitt's new movie, Moneyball. Huge upset. I think like 22, 23 million for Lion King 3D. A movie that's only for a limited time beat Moneyball. Brad Pitt movie that's been very, very publicized. Big hype surrounding it. Apparently, no one believed the hype with Brad Pitt and Moneyball, which is like everyone's saying Oscar worthy. We'll see about that, especially it's based on a true story and it's a baseball story. Bill Dreams have done well. Paul Durham's done well. Let's say any baseball movie with Kevin Costner did well. All three of his baseball movies, Field of Dreams, Paul Durham, and For the Love of the Game done well. Let's see if another baseball movie can do well without Kevin Costner, but it didn't. It lost to, of all things, an old 17-year-old animated movie reissue. That's embarrassing for Brad Pitt. Let's see what can happen in the Oscars. But congrats to Lion King, second week in a row, but it won't be lucky for long. A lot more movies are coming out this week, the next couple weeks. So Lion King will get kicked out. And it's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time besides Beauty and the Beast. So it's a great movie. And Toy Story as well. Also over the weekend, big music festivals happened. First, Rock and Wheel Festival took place. And you could watch it on YouTube. I think it's still going on. But Metallica, Rihanna, and Katy Perry were some of the artists, and Elton John were some of the artists that performed at Rock and Wheel. While here in the United States, the Iheart Music Festival took place on Friday and Saturday in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, which featured many performances by Jay-Z, Carrie Underwood, Alicia Keys, and the last two, Kenny Chesney and Lady Gaga, who ended on Sunday. I saw Lady Gaga's performance on the internet, like many people did on Facebook.com, and she gave her fans a mini preview, kind of a abbreviated version of the Monster Ball, and a sneak preview of what could probably happen at the Born This Way Ball later on next year. She performed all of her radio hits, all four singles from Born This Way: Judas, Born This Way, Enter Glory, and You and I, plus Snuck in Hair from the album, plus two other songs audio only, and Shibe, which kicked it off. Also, all of the singles from the Fame Monster and Fame albums: Just Dance, Paparazzi, Love Game, Poker Face, Telephone, Alejandro, and Bad Romance. She also did a duet with Sting. Two duets with Sting, actually. She duetted with them on Stand By Me and the Police classic, King of Pain. Gaga looked very well in a black outfit. She wore a tutu after Sting's duet with Alejandro. Thought she kicked ass to end the iHeart Music Festival this past night, though she did very well. Despite the stream being off and a little laggy. But still, it's first ever iHeart Music Festival. I think they could do a second one. Big success. To launch a new iHeart Radio with Pandora-like technology to make your own personal radio station. Besides listening to national stations like Channel 955 and WNIC and of course 106.7 to be here in Detroit. But from the looks of it, iHeart Music Festival was a huge success. Of course, Gaga dedicated Hail to a young fan named Jamie, who was another tragedy of a gay bullying suicide. She even wanted to meet with Obama. Went to an Obama dinner. Apparently they spoke or didn't speak. It depends on what source you're talking to. But we'll see what we're about gay bullying. They've been trying to do this gay bullying thing for a while. I hope to God they make it to really stop, man. Stop it. Stop bullying anybody because of race or sexual orientation. Stop it. And don't ask, don't tell can be repealed and be done with. So can bullying. That's all I gotta say. Let's continue on with some love story involving Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Now, apparently Justin Bieber knows how to treat his woman. Well, Justin Bieber treated his lover with a private screening at the Staples Center. Justin Bieber shut down the Staples Center this past Friday night to screen Titanic with his girly friend Selena. Like Adam Sandler did in Mr. Deeds at MSG. According to sources, I'm trying to figure out how much. Like they arrived at the venue, it was empty. Like they closed it off. It was just them and a couple candles and stuff. And they had a little meal. They set up with the Titanic. And apparently people didn't pay for it. The Staples Center paid for everything. They paid for Justin winning it out, for the meal, and the movie. Staples Center paid for everything as a thank you for Justin's recent sold-out concerts. And speaking of Selena Gomez, she has been announced as the host of the MTV Europe Music Awards. Of course, I mentioned last week, Lady Gaga leads the categories. And last year, Eva Longoria hosted it. She did okay, but we'll see how Selena does as a host of the EMAs. No word on whether or not it'll air on TV in America. It always seemed to air in America, like on MTV2. So I'll keep posting on when they announce the US air date for the EMAs. Let's get on with some dancing. Dancing with the Stars is tonight. Week 2 of Dancing with the Stars is tonight. And for last week, a lot of potential. Let's see what they can do. Like I said, the thing that makes dancing good, not just celebrities. I know a lot of people say, oh, this D-list this year. They're not really stars in that sense of the word. The D-listers, they should change it to Dancing with the D-listers instead of Dancing with the Stars, because stars have been demoted a bit. But anyway, there is a lot of potential. And one thing you have to do with dancing is consistency. You have to be consistent every week. So we'll see who gets to be consistent. You got potential with Kristen Cavallari and Shannon Phillips, Gianna Martinez, David Arquette, Chaz Bono, Elizabeth, and people who need a lot of work, including Nancy Grace, Rob Kardashian, 2 people that need a lot of work. But we'll see who steps out from the crowd tonight. That's what you need to do in dancing. You need to step out and not just be a face of the crowd. Stand out. You have to stand out in dancing. So we'll see what goes down tonight on Dance with the Stars at 8, 7 Central, only on ABC. And a lot of shockers yesterday in football. Oh, God. The Bears lost to the Packers, 27-20. No, 27-17. Cutler, get your head out of your ass and focus. But especially you're supposed to play against the Lions. I'm wearing my Bears shirt. The Bears. Still a Bears fan, but Cutler, play better, motherfucker. Anyway, Jets lost to the Raiders. I'm glad the Steelers beat the Giants yesterday. Steelers beat the Colts, but Giants won yesterday. And, of course, the biggest news, especially here in Detroit, the Lions fucking won at overtime, 26-23 against the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. That means the Lions are 3-0. My man's become a Lions fan. Really, they played very well yesterday. I saw the end of the fourth quarter, into overtime. And this was the very first big test because they've been playing shutouts for the last couple weeks against Tampa Bay and Kansas City. And then they had the biggest test of all against the Vikings. But they won in overtime. I thought it was over 20-0. They were down in a half. And also they catched up to win the game in overtime. I will applaud the Lions, but let's see what happens, especially we head towards the Bears game on 10-10. Meanwhile, the Lions shall play the Cowboys next Sunday. So we'll see if the Lions can keep it up and make it 4-0. And now it's time for your wall preview. The final wall. Before Hell in a Cell this Sunday. So we'll see what goes down tonight. Here's a top 5 question that must be answered tonight. Question number 5. How will SmackDown get involved in tonight's Super Show? Well, there's a lot of SmackDown feuds that need to be solved because we still don't know much of the matches. We only know 2 matches thus far in Hell in a Cell. We know the WWE and World title matches. And we're about a week for this pay-per-view. They always, when they have the rush pay-per-views, like it's been like a week since Night of Champions and doing another one, like within like 2 weeks. Like a quick span between Hell in a Cell and Night of Champions. When you make rush pay-per-views, you have to like make the 2 main events and then add the rest later on, like the week of it, like add it via SmackDown or Raw or on WWE.com. So we'll see what matches do to get at. That's question number 2. But SmackDown will see how Orton and Mark Henry's feud develops. See if Christian gets involved with Sheamus or whatever. We'll see how SmackDown evolves, especially if hopefully any Sin Cara wrestles a match that doesn't end up in a no contest like last week with Cody Rhodes. Question number 4. Will the steel cage be involved in tonight's Raw via match on TV or dark match? Now, John Cena was on a local radio station saying that there will be a steel cage hung up tonight at tonight's Raw. No word if it will be used for a dark match main event or on TV. Why a cage? With Hell in a Cell, why just a regular cage? Or maybe it's just thinking it's a cage, but maybe Hell in a Cell itself as a teaser for Hell in a Cell, maybe. I have Cena inside Hell in a Cell, the tease Punk and Alberto. But we'll see if a cage does get involved in the telecast tonight of Raw. Question number 3. Speaking of Hell in a Cell, will any matches be announced? Any more matches? Like I said, they haven't announced much matches. They only announced 2 of them, meaning Cena, Alberto, and Punk, which I'll get to in a second, and Randy Orton and Henry. And those are the only 2 matches been announced. And the pay-per-view is like in a week, so they haven't announced much yet. That's what happens when you have a pay-per-view so quickly in between Night of Champions or whatever. So let's hope they do a better job promoting Vengeance, since they have like 3 weeks to promote Vengeance, especially if Undertaker's return, allegedly at Vengeance. But when it comes down to adding more matches for Hell in a Cell, probably regular matches, people are saying Swagger and Ziggler will probably have a match at the pay-per-view. I'm guessing that. I think a lot of people will say that. I'm thinking either that or Vengeance. One of those 2 pay-per-views will have a Swagger. I said it a couple weeks ago that Swagger and Ziggler will have a match eventually. And Vicky Guerrero may have to choose, but they're saying not now. But we'll see what happens with that scenario. See what other matches get added as we head towards Hell in a Cell on Sunday, if any at all, added tonight. Question number 2. What will go down between Cena, Alberto, and Punk tonight? Well, we're hearing that Alberto Del Rio will be facing off against CM Punk tonight in a one-on-one match. Now, this will be very impressive to see which guy can get the momentum heading into the title match against Cena in a triple threat match, Hell in a Cell, this Sunday. We'll see who gets the leverage, the physical momentum, not just verbally like Punk's been doing. I hope they bring back the ice cream balls. I like that shirt, Punk. I love it. I've said it. I love that shirt. And question number 1. Will anything be addressed about the Miz and Truth storyline? Now, as you don't know, Miz and Truth got fired last week. We'll see if they come back quick or they're going to hold it off for a little bit. When Cena got fired, he said his goodbye, and the next week, he came back. And, of course, he came back until he got rehired by Mr. Wade Barrett. And when Punk got released, he left and came back within like 2 weeks. So we'll see how long it's going to take Miz and Truth to come back. And maybe teasing Shawn Michaels' return with the Click and everything with Kevin Nash, with John Laurinaitis could leave a group with Miz and Truth to boycott Triple H and all his rulings and yada yada yada. So we'll see if Miz and Truth will appear tonight or not. And will Triple H do anything? All these questions and more will be answered as we have the Go Home show before Hell in a Cell tonight on Monday Night Raw at 9. Raw Super Show tonight at 9, 8 Central on USA Network. That is it for my Atakline. I'll see you later on tonight for my Raw review. And tune in tomorrow because I'll be talking about Dance with the Stars review, Glee preview, plus I'll announce the newest nominees for the class of 2012 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're announcing who's going to be eligible to be put in the Hall of Fame next year. So with that in mind, you've been attacked. But the news from Zach. Thank you very much. See you tonight for my Raw review, and tomorrow for another Atakline. Bye-bye. See ya. Yeah.